example, unknowingly the user, while you are seeing machine, right? Unknowingly the user, instead of closing any other item, okay, so mistakenly he has clicked one of the tab and then he has come out. So in that scenario also we need to maintain the state, and then once the user comes back, log into the system, he should be able to see the work what he has done. So that is one of the change requests we receive. So against which particular user story that change request has come, you record it here under the change request. See here, you create a task in the Jira for this. So can you visualize that, Kavya? Whatever I'm saying.
Yes, Abdul.
It is basically end of the day during the development team, when they are coming and say that you have not defined this requirement. So that particular chance we should not give to the development team. We should always ensure everything is recorded in the document, and you have a centralized place where everyone can go and see, all the stakeholders in the project can go and view the requirements. Okay, so okay, I have recorded the requirement, but these requirements, how are going to track? Like, there are various ways to track. Basically, we are using the Jira tool. So in the Jira tool, you create a task as a user story. So that particular user story, you paste it over here. So against each and every requirement, you have a user story over here. I said that both Jira and Confluence are integrated. They are the same brand of Atlassian, and then with two different options. So I'm clicking that. So this is how the Jira looks like. I told you, right? So this is the self-checkout project that we are discussing in, and each and every requirement will have a requirement ID. So in this case, it is a SC30. So what I'm trying to define, I'm going to put the user story over here. You should have seen the user story, right? There, the same user story. I'm going to put it here. What are the items that are being involved? What is the priority, components involved, any labels involved? What is the epic link to which it is attached? So all those items will be available within the Jira. So this is how we are tracking the requirements. So that is to ensure whatever discussed and agreed upon opinions that we are going to have it during the project kickoff will be delivered. So this is the way that you are tracking your requirements. Got it?
Yes, Abdul.
Okay. Now then, once again we are coming back to the screen. So you have take up the changes. This is the taking up the changes or the change request. Perform acceptance testing. So always we need to mention the acceptance criteria. Here these things are not updated over here. Let me go back to the screen. So in the same Confluence document, we can have another section, okay, called acceptance criteria. So here, that acceptance criteria, we are building it with the terms of business rules. For each and every requirement, you could see the various business rules that are applicable. Some says that as a business rule, some they have it as a acceptance criteria, or they have both business rules and acceptance criteria separately. In our concern, we are following this particular case, like we will explain the detailed business rules for this particular user story. So then when the project is actually delivered to us, we will ensure all these items are available. So what is acceptance criteria? When the development team says that they have completed this particular user story, okay, end of 1 week they come and say that this particular user story is ready and you can go ahead and start testing. So what they will say, upgrade plan, FR1 upgrade plan, subtype plan is ready, and you can go and check it in the development environment. Now what you are going to check, or against which items that you are going to validate, is called the acceptance criteria. Got it? So you should have upgrade skip along with the CTA button must be shown to all the users who are in the trial period. This is one of the test criteria. So you create a user in the trial period and see that the upgrade skip is available. Similarly, by default, the users who are in the trial period, all DCC add-on skills must have the upgrade skip. That is another requirement. So So likewise, you list out all the acceptance criteria in order to ensure that the delivery item that they have given or a small piece of software working model that they have given is working as expected. That is what we call it as an acceptance criteria. You're going to define this acceptance criteria. So what you are trying to accept is whatever the delivered item that they have provided is matching the exact requirement of the business user. That is what we call it as an acceptance criteria. That acceptance criteria, you are going to validate it against the deliverables. So that is what we call it as perform acceptance test. Got it?
Yes, Abdul.
So in addition to this, the roles, the daily responsibilities. So first I start a day with checking my mails and then responding to the mails wherever applicable. Then we also have, suppose if you are saying that you are working on an agile environment, you have to say, we will have a stand-up call ranging around 10 to 15 minutes, during which we will say what we have done yesterday and what are we planning to do today. And then if any impediments available, means if any bottlenecks in order to proceed with the day-to-day work, so that impediments you are going to say. So what you will say, you are going to check your mails, you are going to respond to certain mails wherever applicable. Then the third one is attending the daily Scrum meeting or the daily stand-up meeting or simply stand-up meeting. So that is one of the day-to-day activity. Then you discuss with your lead business analyst or with your product team in order to uh, have a discussion. You say that we will discuss with the lead of the project or the product lead in order to have an overview about what are the changes that we are supposed to incorporate into the screens or incorporated into the requirements. So probably a lead might be attending the stakeholder meeting and the business analyst will be sitting at the desk. So any changes or the input that the lead has got, he will try to uh, provide the workload to the other business analysts who are sitting. So you will say that the lead business analyst will have the changes in the requirements or the meeting. He might have attended the meeting, a different meeting. The outcome of that meeting will be our business lead will be saying to me, and then based on that inputs, I will try to start working on the various changes. So that you have to say. Uh, So four things we have discussed: checking the mail, responding to the mail, and then attending the day-to-day Scrum, discussing with the project lead or the product lead or the business analyst lead in order to get the latest update from about the any project that I am working in. Then I will prepare a high-level document, prepare user stories, create the task in Jira. I told you, right? We had a link. Okay, creating a task in the Jira.
Yes.
Creating a task in the Jira. Then prepare the wireframes, prepare various documents depending upon. So you say that F40, basically we are preparing F40 and it will be available in the Confluence. I will prepare the wireframes and the wireframes will be shared in the Ignition. Then create a task in the Jira. So that particular task will be matched to the requirement in the Confluence. So you create a task here, that task ID you copy and share it over here in this particular column. Okay, against the user stories. Then attending project discussions with the stakeholders, discussing with the your main work of any business analyst lies in liaison between multiple stakeholders who are sitting on the it's a cross team work that you are going to do. So you will say always use this term, liaison between the multiple stakeholders available within the project. So they will ask who are the stakeholders during the development, or who are the stakeholders within your company or outside the company. So if it is going to be the project stakeholders, outside the company, they are basically the project owners of the or the client that who are giving you the project. If it is the project stakeholder within the company, he is basically your development team, GUI team, design team, testing team, project execution, PMO office team. All these are the stakeholders within your project. Okay, so liaison between all these things. So what you are going to do by the way of interacting with this, your question will be this way, like how do you interact or what are the ways to interact. So we will have a brainstorming session, we will have a daily walkthrough, we will have a demo kind of session, or we will have a clarification. Okay, let me open one more. Say for example, so now this is a mail that I have received from the testing team. Okay, so the testing team guy has said that QA has updated. So I have made him some clarifications to him. Okay, then QA has responded. QA has updated the test scenarios and test cases. Kindly review. Now I received that mail. Okay, it's like you have a shared Google Doc that is available. Okay, so the shared Google Doc will be available from them. So while testing team preparing their test cases, they will have some certain clarifications. So this is raised by the concerned testing team members. So we will comment on it. Still, if they have any doubt on this, we will sit and discuss about the clarifications, and then they go ahead and start preparing the test cases and scenario. So by multiple ways, you are going to do that. That is what is stated here. So a routine day to day will have all these activities. In addition to that, you will say assisting the product team in preparing the other documents. You can say simply like high level document, low level document, then preparing the MS Visio diagrams. So if you are saying about any tool, please be aware you are using it on the right way. Means for the requirement tracking and gathering, you will say I will use Jira and the Confluence. Then for placing the wireframes, you say that you are going to have the Invision app. For preparing the wireframe itself, you say that you have various tools. Okay, for example. So you have various wireframe, like wireframe.cc, mockflow, pencilize, so I told you, right? Bonus. So likewise, we have various wireframes. You can see, you try to have any one of the wireframe idea, and then you see you are able to answer. So preparing a wireframe will be done with any one of the tools. Anyway, the results is going to be the same. I told you, right? We saw one of the document just before this document, right? We saw, you asked me where the wireframe
Yes.
comes from. Okay.
Yes. Pencil and sketch.
Yeah. So I told you, right? So this particular case. So for example, okay. So this is how the screen looks like while you so using the pencil. English time, taking time. Yeah. So here you have all the tools that are required. Okay. So this is the workplace where you are going to make your works, and then define the placeholders, like have a back button, finish button, certain other items you place, and then you prepare the wireframe screen. So once these wireframe screens are prepared, then it is approved by your product team, then you are going to place it in the in the InVision app. Okay.
Okay.